A warm welcome to Joburg Today, where we bring you the 411 on what's hip and happening on your local Jozi streets. I'm your host, Riley Sakwe. Having developed a love for fashion from a very young age, Hangwani has managed to create a brand that is both timeless and for the worldly woman. Since its establishment in 2002, the Johannesburg-based Rubicon brand has become one of Gauteng's most desirable fashion destinations for women with a worldly inspired mindset, with its embodiment of effortless style, sophistication, and timeless design.
My journey has been a long one. It's 14 years now. This is the 11th year that we're showcasing with South African Fashion Week. We've also showcased internationally as well. You know, Paris, China, Ireland, Switzerland, you name them, we've showcased. And it's been a journey, and it's been really, every day is a learning curve for me. And what inspired it is my mom, because I'm celebrating her life. She has played a major influence in terms of my fashion journey, because obviously I was inspired from a young age at home with her having the sewing business on the side. So I started stitching at the age of 7, and also just inspired by her type of silhouettes in terms of her patterns, the kind of blouses that she wore. As you've seen, I had a lot of double-breasted, I had a lot of raglan sleeves, I had a lot of drapes, and also I drew inspiration from back home here in SA, and I looked at the Tsonga print in terms of inspiration. And also I like looking into our history in terms of cultural landscapes. So I always bring that in terms of art forms in my range. I've stayed true to what Rubicon is all about. It's about timeless classic lines, clean silhouettes. It's of a global woman mindset, and who doesn't fear what the outside world says about how she wears. I like making women feel good in clothing.
I'm Riley Sakwe for Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Tansy Katsia, former Miss South Africa 2007, and you're watching Joburg Today.
As always, we love hearing from you, so do hit us up on Facebook. That's joburgtoday.tv. Follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. And if you're one of those people who are constantly on the move, then do see us on pockettv.mobi. That's Pocket with an I. Naspers has recently launched their very own internet video streaming service, Showmax, but not everyone understands what they offer. Noshina spoke to Showmax representative on Leading Opinion, and here's a snippet of what went down.
The biggest thing in entertainment is here. The only way to have marathons of thousands of hours of series and movies is with Showmax.
What has your uptake been like since you launched 2 months ago?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. We're part of Naspers, and Naspers is in a closed period, so I think I'll be fired if I cough up any specific numbers. I think what I can say is it's been going well. It's been lots of interest. It's certainly, the actual numbers are in line with our expectations. Mm-hmm. I think the name recognition part has gone very well, and I think now what we're seeing is I think we probably overestimated how well people understand subscription video on demand. So that's probably our challenge now.
I think so. I think that's a reasonable judgment to make. Your billboards look great.
Thank you.
Definitely caught my attention. But I had to really do some research to fully grasp what Showmax is all about and what it is unique that you are bringing into the market. So tell us more in terms of what you specifically hoping to capture in the market, what you're offering consumers in terms of hours of watching. Give us more insight, especially for subscribers that are still also grappling with understanding your entry.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I think if I take one step back, that globally now, the number of subscription video on demand users is something like 100 million. Mm-hmm. So it is, it is a new way of watching TV. And let me unpack subscription video on demand. It's a mouthful. It's literally just watching series, documentaries, movies via an internet connection, as opposed to normal TV or via the satellite. Okay. And the on-demand part being obviously that you press play whenever you want to press play and pause when you want to pause. So it's big elsewhere in the world. And now why in SA, or why now? I think the thing that we saw is it is going to come sooner or later. The connectivity we're on the cusp of a connectivity revolution in South Africa. We've got huge investment in fiber to the home. We're seeing all the streets being dug up. The second you've got that fiber connection, or that fast sort of fixed internet connection, then the subscription video on demand services suddenly make a lot of sense. So we got in there now, launch Showmax now with a view that we know that connectivity is coming.
We're from Spud 3 and you're watching Joburg Today.
For the full interview and more, check out Leading Opinion. Independent films are often overlooked by major movie theaters and have to find specialized places for them to be viewed. The Bioscope independent cinema offers Johannesburgers the chance to enjoy all this lovely material.
We are here at the Bioscope in Maboneng Precinct, the only independent cinema in the whole of Johannesburg, and we're joining them for their Noodle Box night. Let's go check it out.
The Bioscope is Johannesburg's only truly independent cinema. We're one indoor cinema, 62 seats, and we screen every night of the week. Tickets, popcorn, the whole deal. We started it, myself and my business partner Daryl Els, being two film students. Daryl wrote his thesis on whether or not there was space for an independent cinema in Johannesburg. Me, being his friend, thought that was interesting, and together we started. We started as a screening project, and then by 2010 we had the opportunity to find the actual space and actually build a permanent cinema, which was a very exciting time. We've found that we're able to give local content a real place to exist. We found that interesting documentaries that really appeal to sort of a niche audience could really find a successful home at the Bioscope. Stuff that evokes debate around issues that people care about. And then we also found a place for fun stuff, the flexibility to go back, to play cult content.
The Bioscope's actually got Noodle Box Cinema showing tonight. I'm a big fan. I love cheesy B-grade martial arts movies, and they come thick and fast at the Bioscope, so that's why we're here this evening.
Another thing that makes the Bioscope special is what we call signature events, the Bioscope signature events. Our most famous and most long-running signature event is something called Noodle Box Cinema. We go to Cyril Dean to get the noodles. We're very proud of the guys who make them. We're at the moment going back to kind of very cheesy 80s kung fu movies. Imagine watching kung fu movies and eating noodles at the same time.
So if you're hungry for a little bit of fun and a change of scenery, then you know exactly where to go. I'm Vitumela Ratokwena for Joburg Today.
My name is Kanja Aitz and you're watching Joburg Today.
And that's all the time we have for you today, but be sure to check out our playlist to see what's happening in and around your beautiful city. That's it from me, Riley. I leave you with Don't Be Saying Goodbye by Howie Combrink.
Back in ETV.
Telling me that you love me, girl. You're making me dance up in the clouds. Look me in the eye and believe the words that I say when I speak to you. Damn girl, you're the love of my life. No, now don't you be the one to say goodbye. Don't you ever just pack up and leave. And don't you know that you're the one who lets me say goodnight. Oh girl, hey, hey, don't be saying goodbye. My dear, don't be saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Don't be saying goodbye. My dear, don't be saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Don't be saying your goodbyes. My darling, no, don't be saying goodbye. My dear, oh yeah, don't don't be saying goodbye. You're taking control, leaps of faith as you lead me through these trees. It's making me wanna sing and dance and jump up high, higher than before. I know it's not always going to be this way, but I pray you stay the same, my darling. No, don't change a thing. No, now don't you be the one to say goodbye. Don't you ever just pack up and leave. And don't you know that you're the one who lets me say goodnight. Oh girl, hey, hey, don't be saying goodbye. My dear, don't be saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Don't be saying goodbye. My dear, don't be saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Don't be saying your goodbyes, my darling. No, don't be saying goodbye, my dear. Oh yeah, don't be saying goodbye. Radu-ba de be da boom, radu-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, radu-ba-de-be-da boom, 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 boom. Radu-ba-de-be-da boom, radu-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, radu-ba-de-be-da boom, boom. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, don't you be the one to say goodbye. Don't you ever just pack up and leave. And don't you know that you're the one who lets me say goodnight. Oh girl, hey, hey, don't be saying goodbye, my dear. Don't be saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Don't be saying goodbye, my dear. Don't be saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Don't be saying your goodbyes, my darling. No, don't be saying goodbye, my dear. Oh yeah, don't be saying goodbye. Don't be saying goodbye. Don't be saying goodbye.